Hey guys, welcome. Today, I can't wait to dive into this topic. I've had several people over the years, but just recently this came up a bunch. So I wanted to pop on and address that with you guys. So as you're coming on, be sure to say hi. If you're tried and true coming back for more, say hi, say where you're watching from. Just always nice to see you pop on and wave or whatnot. If you're brand new, checking this out for the first time, be sure sometime in the broadcast to just type the word new. I want to personally welcome you. Replay, guys, just hashtag replay if you're catching this later. So wanted to chat about food alone or supplementation. And so what is going to be best for you, for your goals, and all that good stuff. I do have some notes. I want to try to stay on point because I can go in a lot of tangents, especially on this topic. I was even thinking like, man, I should split this up in like a 3-part series or something. But guys, as I'm chatting, if you guys have questions, don't hesitate to just drop that below. Any questions that you have, again, whether you're watching live or replay, if it's not live, I'll come back to it. But if you're watching and you have questions today, put that down so that I can address it hopefully right here live for you. So, I often get from clients, like, especially when they first come to me, hey, like, I know how to eat, I just got to do it. Or, I'm doing everything that I've been told. I'm like, eating the healthy carbs and eating healthy fats and I'm eating my proteins and I'm watching what I'm eating and I'm watching my portion controls and all that good stuff, but I'm still like just not getting the results, right? And if that sounds like anything that you've ever said before, like in the comments below, just write the word results. I think we've all been there, but hey, if you haven't been there, I'd like to hear your story too, right? But usually we have that kind of experience where we're doing what we think we're supposed to be doing. We think we know how to eat. We decide that we're going to get healthier. This is going to be my kick. And away we go. And we can get really discouraged when we're not like feeling and looking the way that we were expecting. So results and comments if that's something that you've gone through before. So with food alone, here's what you need to make sure that you're doing. We've got to make sure that we have lots of different colors, lots of different variety, not really having the same thing day in and day out, which is difficult for me because I am like, if it isn't broke, don't fix it kind of person. Anybody else, right? So if I find a plan where I can kind of cruise along and get what I think I need, I'd rather have the same thing almost every day. And I recently found out that that's not serving me very well. So we've really got to switch up our foods. And so when you go food alone, it's not just about decreasing calories, maybe switching over some unhealthy carbs to some healthy ones. We've really got to understand the inner workings of how our body actually functions. And so it really truly is like a study. We've got to study what we're eating if we want to do it with food alone. We've got to get into the nitty-gritties and not just like the opinion of one person and that's what she said, so that's what I'm going to go eat. You really got to understand because not everybody's body's created the same way or will digest things the same way. So you've really got to understand what you're eating if we're doing food alone. You've really got to be ready to give it time. You've got to be ready to meal prep. You got to be ready to like shop, search the ingredients, look for the right stuff, make your food pretty much from scratch, okay? Be very knowledgeable. So I don't know about you, but especially when I first started, that sounded way overwhelming. Like, I don't know, like if any of that resonated, right? Like maybe put no time, no patience, no energy. A lot of times are like no money for like really getting in and cooking and eating and understanding the way that we need to eat with food alone. So that was really kind of a roadblock for me for a really long time. And I think it is for a lot of you guys, just chatting with a lot of you guys recently, right? So with food alone, we've got to be able to get in all the nutrients that our body needs. I like to think about it. I know I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but I'll come to that point in just a minute. So a lot of times it's like, well, hey, our ancestors didn't have supplementation, right? So here's the thing. Two things to the ancestor conversation. One, because of our environment, because of our toxins, because that ground has been tilled for hundreds of years and then tilled in all the nice things that we humans are creating as all these environmental toxins, and on and on and on, more to it, the soil that we are growing things out of right now is not the same soil our ancestors were using. So we're not getting the same nutrient-rich strawberry today as we were when maybe our ancestors grew their strawberries, right? So the other thing is then or now, I mean, think about it. Our ancestors really didn't actually thrive. They survived. And I have a cool analogy, but our ancestors didn't live very long. So if we can supplement our bodies with what it actually needs, especially, okay, if you take into account, I'm really speaking to the person who like really eats like the whole foods, the organic foods, the non-pesticides, right? That alone doesn't compare to what it was in the past. But if we're talking about, okay, I eat something out of a box or out of a bag or out of a can, we're totally now adding things that a lot of times can negate our health and negate our results to make it a convenient food. But that's a whole other topic. So think about supplementation, guys. And just on a note, so I'm leaning towards like supplementation is good, right? When I first started getting healthier, I did not do supplementation. It was about a year and a half in after I got stuck with my results, after I couldn't get anywhere, that I took a look, but I was very skeptical when I started. Like I started with like a multivitamin. And guys, vitamins are not created equal. Our over-the-counter stuff usually is more fillers than anything else. So educate yourself if you're going to supplement on really getting a good supplement. Don't just buy a bottle because it says a multivitamin or whatever vitamin it is that you want, because you might just be throwing your money away and not getting what you wanted out of it anyway, okay? But think about supplementation as like fertilizer for a plant. So anybody out there, a plant grower, you got a garden, you love to grow your flowers, whatever, like anybody out there, I'd love to see like, hey, I'm a gardener. Hey, I love to grow my flowers, or at least plant them, right? You know, like a smidgen. If you know a smidgen, you know more than I do. But we all understand that fertilizer helps our plants and our vegetables and our fruits and our trees and whatever it is that we're growing thrive. So if we give it adequate sunlight, we give it adequate water, what happens to the plant? It survives. The thing's not dying on us, right? But if we give it fertilization, that thing thrives. And that's how I want you to feel every single day. Guys, personally, you know, what I use for some supplementation, especially in the form of a meal, with the brand that I use, in one meal, would have to eat about 1,500 to 2,000 calories of healthy, awesome whole foods to get what's equivalent in the form of nutrients and vitamins in that one meal that costs me 200 calories, right? I'd have to eat 1,500 to 2,000 calories of healthy food to get the same thing. And so I don't know about you, but if I need to eat 2,000 calories of food to get the same stuff as this 200 calorie food, right? I'm not necessarily going to stay in a healthy weight range if I'm always having to eat the additional calories to get the nutrients. Does that make sense? So we can compact the nutrients in less calories. That's a very good thing, right? At least it is to me. If that sounds like a good thing to you, right? Good thing down below, right? But so yeah, I lost my train of thought with the whole like ancestors and all that, and I'm skipping around. But so, yeah, for me personally, that made a huge difference in how I felt within about 3 days. I mean, like, it was almost instantaneous. It's probably faster than that, but I noticed, like, I really, wow, something's changed after about 3 days of making just that tweak. Then I went on to add more things to play around. And guys, you know, if you've followed my story, you've probably heard about some of my health stuff and the fact that I've had to like really change what foods I can and can't eat. And we're playing around. And if you've ever had to do like kind of an elimination diet, it's no fun. You have to take everything out to then be able to put it back in. Well, so I've gone through several rounds of that, playing around with the foods. I'm here. What did I miss? And you'll have to go back and listen, but hang tight and then go back, right? Because it's great having you on. And hi, Jennifer. So playing around with stuff, I've had to eliminate things and then had to been, put things back slowly but surely. So in the midst of that, I've had to take out, that awesome meal that was only 200 calories that substituted 1,500 to 2,000 awesome calories, right? I mean, calories in awesome nutrients. I've had to take out some of my supplementation. I've played around with it. I've added new. I've taken out old. Let me tell you guys, when I can't have what completely changed my life 8.5 years ago, I can feel it. I'm still eating super healthy foods when I'm having a decrease, right? Because I've learned now over this much time, this much study, this much time creating habits that I can do it with food alone. But I still don't feel the same way, like at all. I can do it both ways. And I coach people to do it both ways. But if we can do the fertilization to the plant versus just the sunlight and the water, game on, and watch those results catapult. So cheating and looking at my notes. But yeah, so I think I kind of made the points that I wanted to make for the most part. But it really is, we can honestly do it both ways. We can survive and we can still have great results. And guys, do not get me wrong. If you are eating healthy foods, making changes, switching over this for that kind of concept, if you are decreasing unhealthy things, increasing healthy things, watching what you're eating, my goodness, congratulations. Like, that is so much better than the fast food and the pizza and the restaurant every night and the Coke or the Diet Coke or the Starbucks coffee or the whatever, right? As you make changes, and I am all about have your cake and eat it too, right? If you've seen me before, again, if you're new, write new in the comments below. Again, I want to say hi to you. But if you're returning to me, I'm not about depriving yourself. I think that's another reason why I just love supplementation so much. Because if I decide to go on vacation and act a fool, or if I decide to just have a balls to the wall like girl night, or if I decide whatever, if I'm still just taking in some of that stuff, I'm still getting amazing nutrition into my body. So even if I'm making some bad, poor decisions, consciously most of the time, right? Because I'm making those poor decisions, I'm still getting good stuff in. Okay. So again, if you have any questions, even if you catch this on replay or you need to restart and come back, type the questions below. I'll come back. I'll answer them. Feel free, if you want to have a more private conversation, to private message me. And guys, if you want, really, let's chat. I liked that. We did that last week, and I've had a lot of really great conversations with some of you guys. So if you would like to just pick my brain, get over a hurdle, ask a question, something like that, comment let's chat below. And you could even do like let's chat messenger, let's chat phone. Either way, I'll reach out to you on messenger and kind of figure out with you what makes more sense for us to chat back and forth through messenger, just based on your needs and wants, or if you want to get on a phone call. But that'll give you a chance to just really kind of pick my brain and maybe make a few tweaks, or just kind of get some clarity around something that maybe doesn't make a ton of sense to you, or just, like I said, someplace you've been stuck. We all get stuck, and it's nice to have somebody else who's been down that road help us get unstuck. So again, just go ahead, let's chat below if you'd like to do that, and write your questions below. And just remember, guys, keep healthy simple. Bye-bye.